Okay. So, I'm gonna wait to see if anyone starts showing up. Because I've not streamed in like forever. We'll see if anything starts happening. But we gotta get into it sooner or later. I know I don't have any friends online today. Although I would think it would be Jack. Let's see if he's on. Let's see what happens. Just asking him. Are you busy being an adult right now? Because if not, I'm streaming. Let's see. Usually if he can get online, he just does. Like, once I ask. But whatever. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Oh my god. No! Oh my god, that was too fast. I just moved on accident. At least now I know how to do it, because I was having trouble beforehand. Oh, that was so slick. No, wait. No. Fuck. I fucking jumped too far, man. I hate when I jump too far. Okay. Okay. Wait, what? Oh. Keep going, keep going. Don't worry about it, Laura. You got this. They're all T-posed! I love that. I jumped when I shouldn't have. No. Keep trucking, keep trucking. What? Oh, we did it! Come on, there we go.
I see you, Lara. We'll do whatever we can to support you from here.
Thank you, Sophia. I'll take whatever help I can get. I can't stop now. I'm close. I have to go through.
Give me some fire now! Give me cover fire! Throw the grenade! He's here! Grenade out! You're dead! I am gonna kill you! Let's finish this!
Oh shit. Thank you, Sophia. Hell of a shot.
Okay, here we go. This is supposed to be the final stretch.
Constantine. I don't think you'll be able to hit him!
We'll keep trying. We're reloading the trebuchet. Hold on! We're not gonna be able to hit him from here.
I know. I've got to shoot the fireball in the air. Get ready. Let's try again.
Give us time, Lara. We're reloading.
deal with them too.
Watch out, Laura. He's on his way to you.
I'm not done yet.
We're loading up the truck, you say. Hold on.
Oh, son of a bitch. You're kidding me. Oh my god, I was trying to heal.
Give us time, Laura. We're reloading. It's ready. On your signal. Here it comes. We have to reset the counterweight. We'll be ready soon. Give us time, Laura. We're reloading. Okay, we're ready. On your signal.
Now, Sophia!
Here we go. Oh my God, it's worked. You did it.
It's not over yet. Get ready to fire another shot.
Ugh, damn it! If there's anyone left alive down there, I want Croc dead! That's your last order! Keep her down! I'm under fire! She's almost there! Take her out! Focusing fire! Taking fire! Getting torn apart! I gotta go! Let her up! Advancing! Cover me! Focusing fire! Just you and me!
Watch out, Laura. He's on his way to you.
I didn't get to pick up enough loot.
Let's finish this!
Give us time, Laura. We're reloading.
Oh, I see. What the fuck?
Just you and I now, Lara. You have no weapons, no allies, no hope. This place will become your
Oh
tomb.
shit. Oh, how am I supposed to... Okay.
Just you and I now, Lara. You have no weapons, no allies, no hope. This place will become your tomb. There's no point in hiding. Just give in to God's will. Come fight me. Don't hide in the shadows. You're made of stronger stuff than your friends. No! My destiny lies in the Chamber of Souls. I've come too close to be stopped now. I see you.
distract with objects. Gotcha.
Yes, I knew him. When my sister infiltrated your family, I was there. What? There! Come out! You think I can't see you? Trinity, I can see you. Look here. I have you. They can't see you. I can see you. Don't cower as your father did. Be better than him, Laura. Rise above his failings. You can't refuse, Trinity. Face me now. You. I see. I am the right hand of God. I am the flaming...
What? Excuse me? I had to time it better. Okay, it's gonna be C, D.
It's not my destiny. I was meant for greatness.
This was never your destiny. Your sister let you believe that.
I did it all of this for her. Don't you walk away from me. Wait! Trinity killed your father.
No, you're lying.
He begged for his life.
You're not worth it. Burn in hell.
That's right. He's not worth it, Laura.
Anna! Stop! Your men are defeated. Your brother is dead. No! That's what Trinity has wrought. Death. And that's all they'll ever bring. Give this up.
I gave up everything for this. I have no intention of giving it to Trinity.
What about your father? You're dooming him to be mocked by history. How can you let this go? When you're so close?
I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I can't let you take it.
Think of the millions, suffering and dying. We can save them. We can change the world. Together.
The cost is too high, Anna. We aren't meant to live forever. Death is a part of life.
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who's dying.
But this isn't about you. This is about humanity, about protecting what it means to be human.
They're coming! We're surrounded!
Jacob, look out!
The sword is not meant for the world!
This is your chance, Lara. Everything I've done, everything you've done. Another Croft doesn't have to die for this.
But I'm willing to.
Well, I'm not. Please. I'm dying. This is my only hope.
Anna, no!
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Jacob, hold on.
I've held on for too long already.
You knew I'd destroy it.
In all my years, I've met few as extraordinary as you. It's finally happening. My ending.
I'm sorry. That's all I wanted was to make a difference.
You already have. You already have.
Whoa.
My dearest Lara, I often think about how my father would turn over in his grave if he knew the shame I had brought upon our family's name. Croft, what does it even mean? I just hope you can make your own mark on this world someday. Remember that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are.
Destroying the source was the right thing to do.
I still feel like I let him down.
I think you would have made the same choice. Come on. You've got a plane to catch.
I listened to his last tape 1,000 times, but it's as if I was hearing my father's words only now, for the first time. It doesn't matter what choices he would have made. I have to make my own. The myth of Katesh was real. There are secrets out there that can change the world. I need to find them, not for my father, not for anyone else. Trinity is still out there, and they're more powerful than I ever imagined. I can stop them. I can make a difference. I can make the right difference.
It's freaking awesome.
As I walk through frozen sands, through the flames of burning lands, my feet are torn, they're torn to strands. I will not thirst as I cross the raging sea. Waves are crashing over me, they drag me down. drag me down, but I will not drown. They'll know my name after the storms are passing through. They'll know my name when they've forgotten all about you. They'll know my name after the storms are passing through. They'll know my name when they've forgotten all about you. They're calling out my name. They're calling out my name. And I shall rise, oh will I shall rise, again and again. I shall rise, oh will I shall rise, again and again. And I shall rise, oh will I shall rise, again and again. I shall rise, oh will I shall rise, again and again. I shall rise, oh will I shall rise, again and again.
Good poop.
Manor. You said another Croft doesn't have to die for this. What did you mean by that? You killed my father, didn't you?
Trinity ordered his execution. I couldn't do it.
You're lying!
I loved him.
No!
It's done.
Good.
What about Croft?
No. Not yet.
Dude. Ooh, there's another story. Look at that.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library. My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history. Of all things, I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond.
Hello.
Hey, Lucy.
Not disappoint.
What's up, dude?
I felt as if
I
was
just
suddenly
finished Tomb
engaged
Raider.
in a mental game of
Is
chess,
finished,
moving
or
and
just for now?
counter-moving in
Like, I
argument.
finished the
At one
game.
point, that poor old
What the
librarian had to
fuck?
shush
Yeah,
us as
so
if we
I'm
were
playing
children.
the DLC.
I feel so foolish for not having
You're
noticed
too
her
quick with
earlier.
those things.
She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas
I still have to
for the
finish
first
Life is
time in memory.
Strange.
In truth, I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
she's
I already
still as
finished the
exhilarated
second
as I
episode.
am right now, but
Was
I
it good?
dare say
Yeah.
our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long
Aw,
time,
this is so
I
cute.
find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
Oh, I'm tired.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
That was so cute. I was listening to a voice message from Laura's father, and it was him describing the time he met her mother.
Oh,
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
What were you saying, by the way?
You were off today, right?
Yeah.
Nice. You work tomorrow?
Dad's book about immortality
Huh?
myths might
You
be
work
useful
tomorrow?
in my research.
Yeah.
Ugh, not nice.
Yeah,
Sucks.
I work from 5:30 to 12:30. Like a 6-hour shift. A
I
7-hour shift.
finally introduced Richard to the family.
Aw.
It went precisely how
It's
I
her
imagined.
mother's diary.
I see but polite grace from mother.
About introducing
indifference
her
and
father
disinterest
to
from
her
father,
family.
and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't
Diaries.
approve. To them,
This is so
Lord
cute.
Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement. Though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their
Has
eyes,
everyone
the
just
man
been
who
busy?
single-handedly ruined a once great family.
Has everyone in the
But there's
group
nothing to
just
be done
been
now.
busy?
Watching how
I
Richard
think
dealt with
so.
their subtle
But then
insults
again,
and
I have a
disrespect.
feeling that like
Such
I'm one of
grace
the
and calm.
reasons why everyone gets
I
online.
know he did it for me.
Like it's like it's like when I'm online and I'm
It will
playing a
break
game
my
that
mother's
someone
heart.
like
But I
likes
can't
playing with
live
me
the
in.
life she
That's when
imagined
they
for
get
me.
online, and then other people
My
get
time
online.
with Richard has
So
only made
it's
this
because I play
clearer.
Overwatch with you.
Yeah.
So I usually do that, but I can't. And then
It must have been hard
Andrew
for
just
Mum to
joins
go against her
whenever.
family's
Yeah.
wishes.
I don't know.
Andrew joins as soon as he sees us playing.
Yeah.
This
A
is so
picture
awesome.
with Dad and Anna.
And then Matt, I don't know.
Never
He just
liked
joins
wearing
whenever.
dresses, but the color was nice.
But I think you guys are done with
Probably my
Destiny 2.
grandfather
or something,
Benjamin.
right?
What?
Destiny 2? Oh, we still go do the raids.
Oh yeah.
Or strikes. I don't know.
We were gonna do strikes the other night, and then Dean never got on, so we didn't.
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Who's that? Is that her mother? She has a knife.
Why does she have a knife?
Like, no, it's like a painting. I don't know.
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Aw. She's got so many fond memories of her dad, and it's kind of cool. So...
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages. Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor. Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt. Too dark. Going to need a flashlight. Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, we won't be boring your sword this time.
God, that thing looks like it's gonna come to life at me.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off.
Damn.
The Grand Hall. I always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer.
Sorry, I've been yawning. I didn't want to, like, just keep yawning in your face.
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up.
Is it nice?
The show will take me away from England for over
Your
a year.
drawings?
I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and... Oh, God! I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married,
So is that still
was
part of
prepared to
the
relegate my
initial
painting to a
challenge?
hobby,
Or, like,
but
what
it was Richard who objected.
It's part of
He gave me my atelier and studio.
Improvement Hell.
Without that support, I might still be painting.
Yeah, it's a
landscapes.
secondary challenge that we're doing.
Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept,
Mostly body shapes,
even though I
then,
know it will
probably?
break his heart to be apart.
Body stuff.
He never once asked me to sacrifice
Body
any
stuff.
part of my life for his.
Figures?
I have.
Yeah.
What about
of
them?
course, in a thousand
Is that
small
like
ways
the
over
main
the
prompt?
years.
Oh, that was one of them, yeah.
Ask.
Okay.
It took us like a week to do.
And I will join him in Tibet.
It wanted us to
I
do
won't
that in a
cast a shadow
day. And
over
I was
his
like,
farm.
fuck that.
I will be by his
What
side
the
in
fuck,
his
a
triumph,
day?
I know, right?
as I
For
know he
20.
will stand by my side
You want us to
in time.
Ooh, a cup. That's a nice cup. You did that 3D thing. It
Dad's
was really cool.
immortality artifact.
You did the what?
The room with the beds.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice.
I mucked it up a bit.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
I mucked it up a bit. No, I did, because, like, I meant to...
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you
It
sooner.
looks
I've
fine.
decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories
Or the
and
lamp.
secrets.
But, like,
Uncle
besides the
Atlas
lamp.
has tried to keep me out of here for so
Well,
long.
I didn't
don't
mean for
even
the
know
whole
if
thing
I
to
want
be
keep
done in
it,
brush pen.
but after everything that's happened,
Oh.
maybe I can
So,
find out what it still means to
It
me.
wasn't
If
going to
it's
be. It was
worth
the brush pen
fighting
was
him
just for
for. I'll
shadows.
let you know how things
And then
worked out when
it
I'm back
turned
in
out to be
London.
like, oh, well, if I don't do it all in brush pen, it's going to look weird.
Okay. The bed looks really nice. It's like
No weapons in this one. I wonder if this is just like a horror thing. Yep.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good Lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Dad loved a good bottle of wine. I can still smell his favorite Bordeaux.
Dad, this is it. The basement of despair.
Indeed, Laura. Muster your courage, for this is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there. See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
That's so cute. Aww. Oh my god. This is adorable.
one of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise. Water damage from the main hall above. My stuffed bear. I couldn't have a tomb without a mummy.
Aw.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition. Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world. I am such a fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming? I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
Okay, Dad's ledger has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe. Took quite a tumble off of this old thing when I was a girl. Still feel it in the shoulder from time to time. Blank, except for the image of a key. I remember this map now. It leads to the master key, but we made it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen with the heat of a fire. I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool. Lara's expedition treasure, my favorite painting by Amelia, the day of our wedding anniversary.
Laura's expedition treasure. Favorite painting by Amelia.
Okay, got to find those objects to figure out the combination to the safe.
Laura's
There's something else here.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will again if I can convince them. I sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
Dad was looking for an elixir. Was it the elixir of life? One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find. I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Now, let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Takes me back. Those were good times. The best times. This was always one of my favorite books in this library. I used to trace hieroglyphs. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it, though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather. Okay, should be able to light the fireplace now. This is my handiwork. I used to love drawing pictures of tigers. Spent so many hours in here, reading, dreaming of my own adventures. This should help me read the map. I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. X marks the spot, as they say.
thought it was giving you the
The
upstairs
master
one.
key. This should get me into the West Wing. All right. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing. The Pharaoh's crown from my birthday treasure hunt. How old was I again? 6? 8? I think this hieroglyph corresponds to a number, but which one?
The 2 birds, right?
For God's sake, memorize the
Everything is...
I remember this now.
It's a
Each
5.
district in...
Okay, so the first number is 5.
This picture was taken in the library. 1820 additions to the main hall in progress.
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me. I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery. The symbol we deciphered in the scroll was the key to its location. I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful. It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly? Okay, Dad's clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
This is such a nice mission. Alright, I hope we're going the right way. I think either way we are. Is this Mom's room? No, this is the room we were just in. Okay.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. Worse than I thought.
Oh my god. A tree came crashing through there? There we go.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
After everything Atlas has done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just... I think this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
Too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
I don't trust him.
You don't have to, Richard, but please, trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll take it to the papers. The investors will pull out.
Then go. Without me. Tonight. I will take care of Atlas. And then meet you in Tibet next week.
I was so young, but I still remember that terrible argument. It wasn't always an easy road for my parents. This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made of me.
I believe it took this trip to push me over the edge. I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day. So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it. So we found a small chapel in Luxor that was just right.
They eloped.
And with Roth and the others at our side, we married as the sun set over this remarkable land. Mother will never forgive me. Atlas will forever resent me. But I don't care anymore. I'm free of de Mornay obligations. Free to pursue my own passions and live my life surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
4 days before her birthday. So when is her birthday?
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in plaster, he said. The wound would heal, and we would someday shed the bandages to be whole again. The metaphor made me furious. The clumsy way he cast our loss off as nothing more than an inconvenience. There is wisdom in his rough words, but I've done what I must. Perhaps one day, Lara will throw back the doors to let the sun shine in again. Maybe she will find her own sense of peace in this place.
So he relies on her to be like
At least that
the
old
saving
thing
grace
still
of the
works.
home.
I am bursting with pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather, or maybe Griffin. He was more infamous at Croft than even me. No, Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain it's a girl. She favors a classic such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this
why she
new
loves
life we've
Egypt.
created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the questions that plague me. We live on through our progeny, our genes, DNA, experiences passed through the generations. Perhaps this is the simple truth of eternal life, and I've just been too stubborn to accept it.
Dad may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it. The inscription is faded.
Well, I think it says forever yours.
My mother's perfume. The smell. So familiar. I can almost remember her. Mum, on her wedding day.
Aw.
She looks so beautiful. There's a date. October something. Damn, the number is faded. The anniversary was in October, but which day? I can't believe I don't know this. There's got to be another clue somewhere. I remember this. Dad gave it to Mum on her birthday. October 13th, Mum's birthday.
4 days before that would be October 9th.
Pretty sure my parents were married in October. I think it was close to her birthday. Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things.
What did she say?
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. Untouched for years, exactly as she left it. I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this. Mum died too young. Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh. To think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more. I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself. On the drive back, as Winston took a longer route through the country, I looked through my paintings, Richard's favourite one among them, a simple abstract with blocks of red. I smiled, thinking about giving it to him. I was happy, and I was going home.
Blocks of red. Dad's favorite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination. Okay, back to the study to open that safe.
Nice.
I stood up to my family's criticism, stood in defense of Richard and our love. But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in. How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? Had I made a terrible mistake? I have never been more delighted to be wrong. Richard welcomed me to the manor, my new home, with a game. It was a clue, written in jumbled words from 5 different languages, but it pointed the way forward. The next clue was a seemingly blank piece of parchment in the kitchen, where the heat of a candle revealed a message written in lemon juice. I followed each step, grinning like a child as I solved his riddles and chased the trail to its end. A white cloth stretched out on the lawn where a picnic was laid out. We laughed and ate, and my doubt vanished with the last of the morning mist. Love can and will endure. You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived.
Cool.
What's up?
This was for a show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see this today. It says here, Amelia Croft plans to
Are
show
the
her
DLCs
work
usually
in
long
Wales.
for
I wonder
Tomb
what
Raider?
happened with that.
Huh?
Are they usually long for Tomb Raider?
The stories?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, the game is, I think, 20 hours, but this is just DLC, so I don't know. I haven't played it before.
Lara arrived tonight, though not without a bit of drama, but all is well. She's a healthy, beautiful baby. I've never seen Richard so happy. I'm sure he'll be celebrating with his favourite whiskey tonight. It's calm and peaceful now. Just the gentle sound of the rain and the small, sleeping breaths of this new life I hold in my arms. Lara Croft, my darling daughter. It's hard to put into words this feeling I have. We share a connection, something I never expected. A love so powerful and pure. Someday you'll feel it too. No matter where you go or where you find your place in this world, we will always have this connection.
I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work. A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew. This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
Dogs. Okay, why are you so late?
Someone has a sense of humor.
Bark, bark, bark. Oh my god. Didn't you miss my dogs barking?
Of course.
It's been too long.
The Croft family crest.
Oh my god. So since you work tomorrow, are you guys still doing like an earlier Thanksgiving or something?
No, we're just not doing it, I think.
You're not doing it at all?
Well, yeah, technically. Technically, we did it today.
Oh shit. With the whole turkey and everything?
No, just had salmon.
Oh, turkey's the worst. I think my family doesn't know how to cook it, but they still try anyway. So annoying.
Don't know where to find a crowbar.
Under the bed.
Where am I supposed to find a crowbar?
It's right next to you.
No. I went into the wrong room. God damn it, Lucy.
What? How's
It's
it
your
my fault?
It's your fault. You led me into the wrong place. Where the fuck?
Under the bed.
Mistress Lara,
Ooh.
I took the liberty of preparing a tray,
Hey, hold
as
on.
dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table had me concerned, and I wanted to impart something that I hope sets your mind at ease. I have known your father for quite some time. There is an intensity to his passion that can be frightening, but I recognize that same passion in you. You're more like him than you know. Never doubt that he loves you more than his research, more than his artifacts, more than anything in this world. Storms pass, and tomorrow will be clear and blue again. When you have finished, please leave the tray outside. Be well.
I need a crowbar. Wait, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. You walked past the paper, Laura. Papers are important.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you. There is something important in here. And it's for you, should you need it someday.
Well, let's hope you came through for me, Dad.
Oh, fuck
No,
this.
that didn't work. The answer has to be in the clues.
Okay.
For God's sake, memorize the combination,
5.
you fool.
Favorite painting is
Lara's
4.
expedition.
and 9. 549.
Okay, found all the clues. Let's see if I can figure this out. It makes me happy to know that Dad kept this safe. No, that's not what I'm looking for.
I am numb. It is taking all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh God, not her, not now. I cannot accept it. Life without her is too painful to imagine. I know what must be done, and I am resolved. I'm going to bring her back. Perhaps this is why I am here. Perhaps this is fate, a test of my faith in the truth I've sought for so long. Roth will fight me on this, but I can't face Lara. I can't look into her eyes unless I try. I must try to bring Amelia back. The monks are preparing the elixir now, and then we will see if all my years of hunting this truth was for naught.
Dad, what did you do? Dad's sequel to his first book on immortality, he never got a chance to publish it. Handwritten. This is the only copy. Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here. Wait, what's that? A blank page. Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important. A hidden message. What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
Oh, I see what they are. Okay, alright, hold on. I gotta turn this around somehow. It's
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt had a symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
2, 1, 2, 3. I know it's 1, 2, and then there should be 4. 1, 2, 4. It's
What?
1, 4, 2.
It's 152.
1, 4,
6.
2. Wait.
Why are you getting confused?
No, because I'm thinking what I need to do now, because 1, 4, 2, 1, 4, 2.
A blank page. A hidden message.
Oh, it's in their little thing. Okay, okay. Alright, I know where to go. What? Whoa.
Did this open the secret door from the inside? Hope I'm not trapped in here. Yeah, locked in. Did Dad build all of this just to keep his research safe?
Whoa. That's fucking crazy.
The renovations are proceeding in secret. The work crew Roth hired for the job have been paid handsomely to keep the details of the job out of the records, so I'm fairly confident no word will get out about what I'm doing. I've been careless with presenting my findings, attracting all the wrong sorts of attention. Roth thinks I'm being paranoid by building this secret vault, but I know I'm being watched. My work is too important, and potentially too dangerous. It can't fall into the wrong hands. I need a secure place to keep it all safe.
The missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this crypt.
My love, it is silent, so peacefully silent now. Even after the madness and chaos of the crash, I can't help but still wonder at the beauty of these mountains. I understand the magic that drew you here. Please know that I feel no pain in this moment, only immense sadness. Sadness that I couldn't see your smiling face once more. That I'll never meet the wonderful woman that our daughter will become. There is so much to say, but I'm tired. The sun is setting. The cold of night will overwhelm me. I know I will fall asleep soon, and likely never again awaken in this world. I'm scared. Richard, what lies beyond? You know I've always struggled with faith, so I'm holding on to yours for now. I'm holding on as best I can, my love. Become the father Lara deserves. Know that I will live on in her.
Mum faced death alone. She was so brave. There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north. Our past to the north. Could there be something else beneath the manor? Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings. Dad's collected knowledge. There must be so many secrets hidden in here.
Richard, I tried to see you in person last week, but your manservant hustled me away like some common tout peddling silverware. He told me you are heartbroken and you're not yet ready to see visitors. He told me you blame yourself for your loss. Well, to that, I say you had damn well better. I hope it hurts. I hope every moment of your life from this day forward is a ringing echo of loss. I hope you live just long enough to feel that pain grow when you hoped it would diminish, because you earned it. You stole Amelia from us. You ruined her reputation and poisoned her mind with a fantasy for children. In the end, you might as well have choked the life from her with your own hands. Do not contact me again, ever. But you must make arrangements for the future of your daughter. Have you considered perhaps it would be better if you followed Amelia sooner rather than later? As Lara's legal guardian, perhaps I could erase some of the damage you've already done to the poor girl. If not, I will do everything in my power to see to it that the Croft name is forgotten. Lara deserves better than you. So did Amelia. And so do we all.
Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night. Might be able to use this to access other parts of the manor. This was part of a set of statues Dad found in China. He thought it was linked to the Temple of Xian. Perhaps I should look into it someday.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer. I always end up staring out the window and thinking about our expeditions, and then I'm yelled at for daydreaming. I promise I'll be good and not disturb you and just work wherever you tell me. I just miss it, Dad. And I miss you.
Aw.
Run, big run.
What do you mean run?
Tunnels.
Yeah, this is literally a tunnel under her house.
Jesus. The fuck?
Yeah. She lives in a mansion.
Yeah, I figured how long the fucking tunnel was.
It's cool because, like, that tunnel was designed for her birthday. Like, they wanted to design an expedition for her.
Wait, whose house is that? Her house?
Well, yeah.
Wow.
So they designed, like, this little expedition under the house. And they modeled it after, like, some Egyptian thing. that the will? Can we have it now?
Lord Croft is resolved to seal the west wing of the manor. I try to talk sense into him, but he will not be swayed. And to make matters worse, I believe his experiences in Tibet have only further fueled the fire of his obsession. He's now up at all hours in his study, researching God knows what. And poor Lara, she is so confused. Too young to understand the tragedy that has befallen this great house. My dearest hope is that Lord Croft will emerge from his grief and embrace fatherhood and the love of his daughter. But I fear he may give in to his obsessive nature, that which Lady Amelia tempered in him so well. In any case, I will be a rock for young Lara. She will never sense tragedy and sorrow in me, only the love and support she deserves.
Don't die, Vic.
Fine. Okay, so I'm going... Okay, so I'm supposed to go back to the main hall. And like when I can't remember which way is the main hall. Ugh. Ah. What?
Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Oh. Okay.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help
Solve the riddle. Oh, I fucking knew it. It just wouldn't fucking show. God, I wonder what it's like to be a... I've always wondered what it's like to be a rich white lady. Laura Croft.
Why does it have to be white?
Because that means that they don't have to deal with, like, racism.
I mean, like, yeah, for the most part, yeah.
This was under the fucking house?
Incredible. This crypt was here all along.
The Everyone's got a tomb in their fucking house. Talk about being a fucking tomb raider.
My God, can it be?
Is that her mother?
You did bring her home.
My dearest Lara.
Oh.
It is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love. It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me with all my love, your mother.
But did we find the will?
Nope.
What's this?
Oh no.
A letter.
Okay. 2 days later. Alright, cool.
Lara, I have received the notarized affidavit confirming Amelia's grave and the discovery of the burial crypt within the manor premises. While I can't fathom why your father would hide your mother's fate from her own family, I cannot deny that any legal claims I may have had on the estate are now null and void. Croft Manor and the remainder of your
Nice,
father's
because we
assets are
found
yours
the
in
mother and
perpetuity
confirmed her
to do with
death.
as you wish. If there comes a time when you require
That means that,
assistance
like,
in
we
managing the
automatically get
estate,
to keep the manor.
I hope you will consider contacting me to
Because
retain
both of
my
our parents
services.
are dead and we're the only ones that
Sincerely,
still have the name.
Your uncle.
I've been so focused on defying my uncle, of fighting to keep his hands off this manor, that I never realized how much this place actually means to me. But since I've been here, I can feel the presence of my mother and father. I sense the entire history of my family and the deep roots we have in this place. I want to honor my parents. I want to honor all of my ancestors. The Croft family may be all but destroyed, but I will make our name and our home great again.
So now we can just explore. See if we can find any more journals.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me in Morocco so many years ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
The broken sword I brought back from Yamatai. The atlas, such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. Sophia insisted I take it home with me. I can still remember the last time I fired these. I'm not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days.
I think...
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner. Let's just say they won't be bothering her again. But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it? Perhaps she might prove a welcome influence. It might be worth bringing her to the manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll let you decide the proper time to do that. Please travel home safely. Your...
she had more than one drafting table.
Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small.
One more, two more documents. Where else can they be? Only Okay, so following her timeline, one of the first things we should have been able to find was that letter. 2 of his journals. There's a chance they're hiding it here. That ladder though. I know. Wait a Hey, I jumped and I pressed crouch, but it didn't work. Looking at the wall. Shut up. Where else are his journals gonna be? This is so stupid. Okay. Am I bothering you? How about now? No, you're not bothering me. You never bother me. Tiki and Narnia. And now, right? I would have hoped that they were in like that first room, because they should be pretty easy to find, since they're supposed to be in like the very beginning. And also the other one that I'm missing is a bust. Part of their family. Shit. But like, where? It's okay, this is DLC. Of course. Of course. When you've already been in here, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to find everything. I feel like I've looked everywhere. Found it.
It's over. I have done all that I could, and my Amelia is still cold and dead. Roth first scowled at my designs. Then he pleaded with me not to go through with the ritual. Not because he feared it might work, but because he feared what I might do when it failed. And it has failed. There is no doubt in that. I prepared everything according to my research. When I dropped the stone into the elixir and held it to her lips, I thought for the barest moment that it had worked. The hour was midnight and my pocket watch stopped inexplicably. There was a charge in the air like the moment before a lightning strike. For a heartbeat, I imagined that my life was being drawn from me as one empties a glass in order to be poured back into Amelia. I would have welcomed death if the last thing I saw were her eyes, clear and alive again. But the moment passed. Amelia is still dead, and I was no Orpheus. We will return to the manor and lay her to rest. I owe her that much. I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy. One that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, but her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara. Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
Hold on. Let's see. Okay. I think it does have to be in here. I don't know how I would have missed it. 'Cause I walked around the whole place. But it's supposed to be right here.
My great-grandmother Rose, nicknamed the Golden Rose for her perfect reputation. I wonder what she would have thought of me.
Okay, so we finished that one. Laura's Nightmare. No. Story's done. That's all I cared about. Alright, well there we go. That was Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yay! That was fun. I think there was a good amount of story. I liked it. I think I always like Tomb Raider games. I don't know why, but for some reason I just always like them. And I was glad that I got to play this one. Now I can happily uninstall it. Which means I have room for other games. Now we just have to see what we'll be playing next. Which, I think now that I've caught up with the games that I wanted to catch up with, I'd say that the next one is probably Fractured But Whole. The gold edition is going to be $70. I kind of want to play it. The other part of me kind of doesn't. I'm not going to play Batman because I ended up not really enjoying it. So yeah, this one's probably going to be the next one. I just have to be able to afford it. Which is stupid. I don't know. I think when it comes to games I already have, I finished most of the ones I care about. It's probably time to install the pre-sequel, which Rubik's has, but I think he just has Borderlands. I think he has Borderlands 2 installed. And like everyone has Borderlands 2. So I think other than that, I can probably uninstall this. I don't know. Before the Storm I already finished. I can uninstall Prelude. Grim Eclipse. Slime Rancher. I still have to finish Slime Rancher. Because there's actually new content now. I have that stick fight game the boyfriend wants to play. I think I ended up finishing this one. It's nice to know that I've played a lot of the games and finished them. Maybe the only thing I haven't finished is Dragon Ball. And the thing is, the Xenoverse 2 came out, so I don't know. I know Shadow of Mordor is out. It looks good. I just don't know if I want another game to play, because right now I'm playing Pokemon. And I'm sure all the hype for this one was already, like, done. Silver edition, gold edition. What's the difference between silver and gold? I don't know, 'cause this one's hack and slash, but it's open world, I believe. I don't know. I think hack and slash with a storyline, like an actual storyline, is a lot better for me, because I'll just kind of like not do anything if I don't see that there's something immediately that needs to be done. Yeah, guess it's back to Overwatch. We could always do Fallout 4, but we won't. I heard Nier Automata was good. Automata. What is this anyway? Is this a hack and slash too? There was a girl who's dressed up as her at RTX. And like she refused to look at the camera. I don't know if that's like a thing. Maybe, like, I guess with the eye covers thing, maybe she's blind. That would make sense. While we're here, though, might as well play some Overwatch. Gonna go ahead and put the stream to break. Actually, no, I'm gonna stop and restart the stream. Because I have to stop it for YouTube. And then I'll start it up again for... what's it called? For just Twitch. So, for YouTube, good night stream. I'll